Whenever I talk about the greatest Sonic games of all time, I always put Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on top. This has always been the peak of Sonic for me, so it pleases me to know that Sonic 2 is playable in a number of different ways today, including through the Sega Ages port available to purchase on the Switch eShop. Now I won't take forever discussing the game, most of us know Sonic. For those of us who don't though, Sonic is a fast hedgehog who runs fast through the levels, at least in the first few zones. Both Emerald Hill Zone and even Chemical Plant Zone are places where players can let loose and really get fast with Sonic. Once Sonic reaches Aquatic Ruin Zone, players need to stay in the area up top if they want to avoid the slower and more dangerous water sections below. If the player becomes stuck in the underwater parts, the air bubbles come into play. After Aquatic Ruin Zone is Casino Night Zone, which is my favorite level. This zone has the most beautiful scenery in the game, with casino hotels lit up in the background against the night sky. Casinos lit up at night will always look great. Casino Night Zone also features many pinball-like features, including paddles and bumpers designed to get Sonic in the air and bouncing around the level. For those who enjoy gambling, players can aim for one of the fun slot machines. While the Sega Genesis lacks a huge color palette, Sonic 2 somehow brings out the best in this console and offers graphics that stand out for the time period. Note the hazy orange background with the sun found in Oil Ocean Zone. That background makes the player feel like Sonic is stuck in an endless hot oil field. But I should move on or this video will take forever. Metropolis Zone has possibly my least favorite set of levels in this game. The difficulty also ramps up, which is understandable given how these are later levels found towards the end. To some players though, this zone might feel tedious. The game then puts Sonic in the sky with Sky Chase Zone, where Sonic trusts his underage fox friend to pilot the plane and catch him after every time he jumps. The plane eventually fails though and Sonic enters Wing Fortress Zone, which is mildly challenging because it can be easy to fall in certain parts. Just slow down. Then comes Death Egg Zone, and I'll just say it's not as hard as one would think. I want to discuss the special stage. This game offers a half-pipe setting for its special stage, where Sonic or Sonic and Tails need to collect the rings, and the player can earn a Chaos Emerald if they get through each of the checkpoints. If the player wins 7 Chaos Emeralds, then Sonic can become Golden Sonic. The special stage is easier with Sonic alone, as Tails can make it very easy to lose rings. Sonic 2 does offer 2-player functionality though, which I was not able to test because I had no one to play with. The catch is, Tails can always respawn and fly back to wherever Sonic is, which means the second player is always invincible. Even if the second player needs to wait at times for Tails to respawn, including a 2-player function to the main game is a nice touch. Besides Tails, the game also includes Knuckles as a playable character. Remember how Sonic and Knuckles had the lock-on technology which allowed Knuckles to be played in Sonic 2? Well, they included the Knuckles mode here, and it's a great add-on because it gives the player more value for his money. If I had to knock one part of this version of Sonic 2 though, it's that the game sometimes wants you to upload your score to some kind of online ranking system, and if you're not online the first few times it does this, the game freezes. Did the developers not think that some players would play Sonic 2 offline? This eShop port isn't attached to Switch Online, it's a game you pay money to buy. In fairness, the game eventually does ask if you want to turn the online ranking feature off. It still stinks though to see the game freeze up in the first place. Would that one negative just described make the game unpurchasable? No. For those with no experience playing Sonic, this port is a great way to start out. For serious veterans, it gives them another way to play Sonic 2 on a popular console. To me, this is still the best Sonic game out there, and this is a great port of Sonic 2. Even with that one flaw about the online ranking system, this is a great port. And I would not let that one flaw dissuade anyone from buying this game. I would give it a 9.5 out of 10, even by today's standards. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back soon.